live in the house?
You legally cannot. It's either you lose the house tomorrow afternoon or somebody has to break the law to let you rent the house back. We are in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I have never been here. In fact, I have a bunch of members that are in SubTo. Like a lot of members in SubTo have been in Green Bay for a long time, 4 or 5 years. And they've been saying to me a long time, you're never gonna come to Green Bay. It's so out of the way. There's no reason to come up here. You're gonna go to Milwaukee. You're gonna go to like Minneapolis. You're never gonna come up to Green Bay. And I said, you're right. I probably never will go to Green Bay. Well, I proved them wrong. Here we are in Green Bay. We barely made it from Milwaukee up to Green Bay in time for the meetup. So we actually didn't have a lot of time to do anything in Green Bay except go to the meetup, and immediately popped over to the spot. In fact, I was expecting in some of these smaller markets, Green Bay is a smaller market. I thought that 79 people had RSVP'd, so 40 people were gonna show up. That's what I thought. I was so wrong. We had, I don't know, probably 160 people in that room. Like everybody in Green Bay was surprised. They doubled the amount of people that were supposed to be there. The energy was Green Bay until you started talking about Packers. The second you start talking about Packers, they light up, man. That's like a cultural phenomenon here. But the challenging thing at a lot of these markets is they're not used to real estate events and like people getting energetic and excited and whatnot. And so it took a little bit for people to warm up. We handed out the leads sponsored by Jerry Norin. This is what's so interesting about this is that there are so many good leads that are happening. Like everybody's picking up.
You may be interested in selling your house. Is that correct on Greenleaf Street?
No, I'll take this thing straight to the title company, and I'll have someone out to the property to make sure that we're on the same page.
Sounds like you've got things kind of figured out, or a game plan on this property when you get this new.
Eat up too much more of your time here, so like I said, if I do some, will do. I appreciate your time, Billy. All right, you have a good one.
The calls were incredible. Some of the groups were saying that they were getting like 100% call rate or answer rate. Some of the groups were saying they were getting like 30%, but even the groups that had low answer, I mean, it's 7 o'clock at night. What do you expect, right? They had low answers. I got on one of the calls. Did you record me on that one call? Okay, so Michelle, my participation in this deal is I would end up lending money to them in this transaction. Okay, I would be their lender. I would probably end up being their partner. Okay, so the way we would do it to let you like rent the property back is you could have a family member sign on the lease instead of you. Okay. It wouldn't be about you qualifying for the lease or anything like that. It would be literally just the state law. Does that make sense? Right. So let's say we get a family member to step in. Do you have somebody you feel like it could step in for a lease, like a friend or a family member? Like. Now you wouldn't have to figure that out tonight. You wouldn't have to figure that out tonight.
Asking, like, what would that entail? Like, what do you mean a lease? Like a renter?
Yes, you would rent the property from us until you could buy it back.
I wouldn't, somebody else would, correct?
That is correct. So you would have, here's how this would work. Step number 1, we go into a contract to buy the house. Step number 2, in that contract, it states you could rent the property from us or you can live in the property after we close escrow tomorrow. You could live in the property for, let's say, 45 days for free. Okay, I'm just throwing, it could be 44 and a half days. It doesn't matter, okay? During that time frame, you can find a family member, a friend, or somebody else to rent the property on your behalf. We just cannot rent it to you or sell it to you based on state law. Does that make sense?
So, okay, so if I get, let's say Allison.
Yes.
I'm just throwing out a name. Okay, yeah. Allison to rent the house from you after you purchase it from me.
Yes.
I can live there.
Yes.
It's just going to be under her name.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, now what we could do is then give her the option to buy the house, and then she could figure out how to sell. We could show you how to sell it or buy it through her, essentially, if that makes sense.
Okay.
We just can't have on paper that we've sold it to you. We can't have on paper we've leased it back to you because of the reconveyance prohibition.
So someone would have to buy it from you to sell back to me?
That is correct.
Okay.
And they could sell it to you for $1 more than they buy it from us. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
We can help you with all that kind of stuff. It's just I don't want you or us breaking the law. And look,
no, and I agree.
The other people that you might go with, right? Whenever somebody's in foreclosure, as an investor, I know that person, Ashley, you are in a tough situation because you have 10 people, 3 people, 1 other person, whatever the amount is. There's always another person on the other side of what I'm telling you. If you go the route of that other person, they either A, don't go to dinner with attorneys and have friends that are attorneys that will tell them information, or B, they flat out know they're doing something wrong and it could get you and them in trouble.
Right, and I'm not trying to break the law. I have no record. I am not a bad person.
Right.
This is new knowledge to me. So don't think that I'm on that side. But I'm just telling you what I've heard or what was told to me. Same with when I talked to Dion and them. There was a whole different plan. Obviously, they didn't know either.
Yep, they're at dinner. They're at dinner with me with my attorney.
So basically, I'm gonna see what I can do to get somebody to.
You do not need to get somebody to. You don't need to get somebody tonight. You can find somebody to rent the property from us in the next 30 to 45 days.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So here's the challenge that you have. What time is the foreclosure tomorrow?
3 o'clock is the deadline.
Okay, so you have a 3 o'clock deadline tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's tough, right? You're in the fourth quarter. It's Green Bay Packers versus whoever.
Yeah.
Who's Green Bay Packers' number one rival? Bears. Okay, so it's you got the Bears, right? You got the Bears. You got the Green Bay Packers. You're the Green Bay Packers, and you're down 3 points. Are you going to kick a field goal? Are you going to try and run it in? I don't know. You got to make that decision. Here's the one thing that I do know. I have to know in enough time to get the paperwork drafted legally, and I have to know enough time to move money and wire that money and make sure that it is received on time to get a payoff.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yep. There's only 2 people I would even remotely ask, so I'll let you know by the morning.
Okay.
But does that change the sale price?
I don't know. What is the sales? What would you guys do on the sales price?
180.
Oh, they said 180. Does it change the sales price? He says no.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just curious.
I don't even know the address of the house. I just know when these three, we call them the Three Musketeers. When these musketeers ask me for money, I always just wire it. So I actually don't even know the address of the house.
And then my other question is, not the sale, so if my friend chooses to rent it from you, is that a rent-to-own situation or is that just a rent?
We would do a rent to own. So we would give her, we would call it a lease with an option to buy. So she would have the option to buy it at some point. What do you guys want to do? Like a 3-year or a 5-year? What do you want to do?
Yeah, up to 5 years.
Okay, he says you want up to 3 or up to 5?
Up to 5.
Okay, so he'll give your friend 5 years to qualify for a loan, which is pretty freaking nice.
Right. Okay.
It gives you a lot of time to figure it out.
Yeah, it definitely does, and that's the goal. But okay, I will let you know by 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, so I was a little bit nervous when he called me up there to stand there with him while he worked this deal. And at the end of it, he was like, oh yeah, so I'm going to make you my JV on this. Are you okay with this? And I'm like, oh, well, of course I am. My name is Michelle Clark, and I got my first deal in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
That call was great. And then in the middle of all this, I had so many people in the SubTo community. In fact, there was a lovely couple. We got to pop up their photo. Her name is Brittany. She comes up to me, she goes, you've never met me. You've never met my husband. We've been in SubTo for 5 years. We did our first deal in 2 weeks. We made $52,000. And then we fell ill. And we kind of fell away from the community because we dealt with health issues for 4 years. And we are back. And we just want to come up to you and say thank you for making this a forever community. The fact that we joined SubTo 5 years ago and you are still coming to our town and we are still family invited to these things and there's no upcharge, there's no yearly expense, thank you. They literally came out, they got a babysitter to watch their 7-year-old and their 9-year-old just to say, thank you for doing this. Nobody on the planet, no influencers ever come to freaking Green Bay, And man, that felt good. I think that feels good to have our team hear those kind of things. What's going to happen is Green Bay we're not going to get a deal. We're not going to help somebody get a deal. And it was so many freaking deals going on, so much collaboration. Green Bay, I love you. We'll definitely come back. This was a blast. Thank you so much. And for those of you guys who want to come and hang out with us, if you've watched this video this long, this rant about foreclosures, go to creativenationtour.com/locations. You'll see all the locations. We're going to Minneapolis next, Fargo, Sioux Falls, Omaha, Nebraska, and a whole bunch of others. I'm pumped, excited to meet you. Come hang out with me, come see me. Let's take a photo. But more importantly, before we take a photo, let's do some deals together.